Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make one of these. This is it's called a spliner or a spline jig for just for putting splines in frames. They've been around for maybe 100 years or more since people made this circular saws. Good afternoon. This is Irish Chippy here. I'm going to make a spline for a spline maker. The last time I had one here, I think it was in London. We used to use them for frames and things like that, not necessarily picture frames. Anyway, a spline cutter is something, or they cut splines in the edge of the frame. So there's different ways of making. You can see online, everyone has their own way of making it. But basically, you have something coming up like this, and you set your frame that are mitered together into it, and the saw blade will cut a spline in it, and then you will glue in a piece of spline and holds it in together. It's really strong. The only good plywood I can buy here. So I'm going to put in a piece of hardwood here and attach it to this. So basically we'll have like the same as like slightly cross-cut jig there. And when we have that done, then we will make up the boxes. And the boxes, or the V will go along here, and we will put tracking. I have some tracking here that I brought from Ireland, and I never used it. I bought it in big quantity. It's a bit heavy though, but yeah. Them. I'm only going to put one on this because when you have two of them, a little bit of humidity and that it can tighten up. That's it. Okay. Don't stand back here. So just put glue along here, and then what I'm putting is I'm using coins underneath it. See the 10 tablets under like this. Now I don't have any C8 glue or anything like that. I used it on the last time I done, so I put 5 of these around it. I had no no small panel pins, so I ended up having to use these heavy ones here. So anyway, I'm going to be pulling them out, and so it's not going to matter that much. That feels like I hit the nail. Could I have bad luck like that today? Being Irish and all that, you know. I should use the countersink so the screw goes on it. But use a smaller one. Smaller screw, and you want the screw to go down into it. This is 2 millimeters off the bottom, so it should be fine. Now that's pulling that really in tight, so that's good. I think I need a new bit for the top of this. So now I can take out the nails from this. Oh God, these are horrible nails. I shouldn't be even using this wooden hammer for the tacking hammer. This sliding over, it's a little bit tight, I'd say. Yeah, a little bit of wax on the end now, and that'll be part 1 finished. Just working up the sliding part. We'll put the extra screws in there later on. Sanding on the edge, but it's not the edge. This edge part here don't touch because of the crevice in there. So we can just get some. If I was doing this again, I would have had this grain going this way, but anyway. It would run smoother with the grain, but anyway, it shouldn't be any problem. I'm using 400 grit sandpaper. Now, some wax. I'm going to rub it in. Now, this will take a while. So, this is my homemade wax. I used it on the other one, so it's fine. You rub it in and then you buff it off, okay? So then you buff it up after you put this wax on, just like waxing anything. That'll be part one done then. The next thing we're going to do is make the triangular blocks. Now that's fine, look, nice and smooth. The problem here in the Philippines is humidity. Now, this thing won't back. Let's see what it's like against this. I'm going to put this now good side. They're going to be joined like that, so they need triangular pieces to support them. See here and this side. So what we'll do is we'll make up the triangles first. This, go out, you're listening to me? Rubbish. It broke. The little notch broke on it. Rubbish. I just used the normal piece. I've had them made up here. I just made an ordinary one. I need to make one for my sliding table. This table, this is very old. Probably needs an upgrade. It's working fine though. So anyway, I have 8 of these pieces cut, slightly shorter than the other. I'm not going to nail them at all. I'm going to just glue them. So I've decided I'm going to put the dado rail in it anyway. Okay. The other rail will be going on the inside along here. So I've set the saw blade. I unglued, I'm not going to touch it now. I unglued the saw before I do that. It's just a habit I have of doing. Now I don't have a dado. I don't have a dado blade, but you can just, it just means you go over and back, and then we will try and get it up to the right. Sometimes be careful with the blade, we get it wrong. Mostly human error. But it's a nice tight bit, not too tight. If it's too tight it might bend this, might warp the piece because there's so little meat left on it. This is a rip blade, but anyway, I'm not going to spend the time to I'm not going to spend the time to change the blade, so we could cut it with a hacksaw. We'll cut it with a hacksaw. Cut it off with a hacksaw. I'm not going to put. Normally you use 48 feet on this would be fine for cutting. Okay, today's. I scrapped all that idea. Oh, it's too flimsy. What I'm doing is I'm doing it a different way. I'm going to make it onto the board because my nails are too heavy. So what I've done is I've drawn a parallel line with the edge of this, and I've put this piece down here, and I'm going to glue all these in and wedge them. I'm going to wedge them all in and glue them all in at the same time. Okay, so I've one side clamped up there, just glue. I have confidence in this one. Tight bond tree. I have to spend a lot of money here because it has to be imported here. So, Mr. Tight Bond, if you'd like to send me, send me one. Thank you. No, I use this because I'm using joinery in the house that I'm building over at the back there, and the joinery is I want to have waterproof glue in it. It's mahogany doors and windows and things like that. So that's phase one. Which I should have done earlier. I should have went with my own instinct instead of thinking about nails. That's why I have this thing about nails. You see all these workshops, all these benches here, none of them have nails, not even screw. Well, the top is screwed down. They're all mortise and pins. And this stand here is a video on that, and somebody says to me, oh, it's dangerous because there's no nails or no screws. Well, it's not dangerous, believe me. I'm avoiding that plywood. I'm surprised with this particular brand. Strength. The two sets, not 100%. You can't see air through it, though. That's the main thing. These ones need to be tightened. And there's the small clamps on there. You don't want to go the whole way, there's no need. You only need to go once the middle of the blade, you've gone by the middle of the blade in here, then what's the point of going on further? It holds the thing straight steady. I think you're better off just pushing it from one side because the spline is there. I might give it a little bit of accelerator. There's a lot of dust in underneath and everything. So now all I have to do is make up the two boxes for each side. So now I've made up the little wedges boxes. Now you can do them any way you like. Everyone has their own way of doing them. I'm just doing pure glue, right? I trust my glue. I made it out of 15 mm, 14 and a half. I think it's 14 mm or 15 mm. So now I've made up these two clamps or stoppers or whatever you want to call them. We're going to put in these. There. Put these in, these. I have these for a long time. I've still more of them left. I put one on for each side. I'll put them on the inside. I think like that. No, the other way. It doesn't really matter. Clamping on there anyway, so. Then I'm going to introduce my two boxes to them. So going to get the line there and there. And we're going to drill a hole. And we're going to put it maybe a little bit nearer to this side, or the middle probably. So, all down. I love these little Japanese squares. And we leave it small. Now that we have them drilled, you get a washer as well, of course. Small washer, might be a bigger one. Slide in. I made the hole slightly bigger because it was actually just too tight. And run your stopper. Over. And one on the other side. So one acts as, just for instance, I'm not going to have, for instance we have, one acts as a stopper. So we'll say we're going to leave that as a stopper, and we want to measure the distance between the blade and here that we want to spline. What we'll do is we leave this one tight, and then we introduce our piece of wood, which would be two pieces joined together already, and we put that in there, and then we move this one over. And this one acts as a clamp then. See? So, a piece of wood is clamped in, but that's not square on the end, obviously. So that's how it works, and you'll see that now. So now I'm going to show you how this works. I just glued this up about an hour ago. The glue dries fairly quick here. And I'm going to put 3 splines in it. 1, 2. I'll put one in the center first, then I'm going to come over, and then I'm going to twist it around so that the other one is the same distance apart. So I'm going to put this, yeah, that's about the center. So we'll put this one in like this, okay, like this. And we push this one up tight against it like I explained earlier, yeah? So now I'm going to take the piece out. Let's check it. I'm going to put it up to your camera there. We have 3 splines, okay, one on each side and one in the middle. So what you do is you cut. Usually you use a contrasting wood to give it effect. So if you have a dark wood, you'd use a light wood, and if you have a light wood, I have no real dark wood here. and this is only for trial. But normally with a wood like this is mahogany, so it will come out dark, and I have some yellow wood there. I put out a piece there, I don't know, I think it might be a bit too thin. No, looks okay. So you don't have to have them in too thick, okay? So I'm going to, you're going to let them set, the glue set in there. They are, here is my baby. You know you're not allowed in the workshop.
Why?
Because Daddy's doing cutting. Okay, you can come in now, we're finished the cutting.
What is that? What is
Now, it's always a good idea to put them into little shapes first. What shape is that? What shape is that?
That's triangle.
Triangle, okay. So, we're going to put these in here with glue. They're tight enough now, yeah? They're fine. And then you let the glue set, of course. So, you don't have to wait, I have to wait. I'm going to put the glue into the spline. And then we wipe off the excess glue, and then we will clean it up then when it's when the glue is dry after about 20 minutes. 20 minutes, yeah. You know 20 minutes. You want me to took it? Where did you get that from? You took that from the refrigerator yourself, did you? Where's your mother? Ah, I know she's not here. Now, put the triangle upward like pyramid, sorry. Push it well in. I ended up with 3 or 4 of them, I don't know why. So, you don't have to bang them in. So, I have them in like this now. I'm going to wipe them off with a cloth. And then I'm going to clean them off. Now we just clean them up a little bit. We'll get the contrast in. You won't get the contrast till you actually, usually in wood, till you actually finish them. I'm not going to put electric sander on this. This is too good to put electric sander on. That's hand sanded. Hand sanded. I'll go over the other side. The grain is raised on this. This piece of wood was left outside. One at a time now, one spine at a time. Take your time. A block plane is better for it than this one. This plane is way too big for it. But my block plane, I lost the blade off it. Well, I didn't lose it, it's misplaced. There's more block planes on the way, so for the teaching. A little bit at a time, always with a plane. Keep trying to tell people here, little big or small slices, always. Now, tell me what you think of that. Now that's a nice joint. Oh, so there, my dear friends, is our joint. I just put a bit of thinners on it. And it gives a mitre joint is not generally a strong joint compared to mortise and tenon and dovetail and all this. But when you put a spline and a mortise and tenon on this 5x2 or X 5x2, this gives massive strength to it because all the gluing surface in the triangle, which is that much inside, and double multiplied by 6. So the more glue area, the stronger anything is, and so this is it. And you know, I've only got 300 subscribers and I have 1 million minute views. So if you like the video, please subscribe. Thank you.